Hello y'all and welcome to another battle report. This is between my Lizardmen and my friend Marcus Dwarfs. So unfortunately some of the pictures turned out pretty blurry, unfortunately, so I just warn you in advance. If you don't like that, you probably shouldn't watch this video, but another battle report of mine. Anyway, I'm trying out some different things here. I'm trying not to have a slum because I think it's a big point sink and to put in one character. So my list is as follow. The closest down on this you see 5 chameleon skinks. They are scouted with that river. Then I have a skink chief on a pterodon, a stegodon, and then I have a big skink unit with 3 Croxigor in it, trying that out to see. I think the Croxigor put out the damage and the skinks provided some well needed wounds. I really want to test that combo, and in that unit I also have 2 level 2 Lord of Heavens. They both have Ice Shard and one have Chain Lightning, and around Thunderbolt I have the Cube of Darkness and Scroll on them, but that will not come into play in this game because I'm playing Dwarfs. I also have my Skink Chief BSB in that unit, and a Skink Chief with a shield and hand weapon in that unit, just because he has some points over and can use him as Sheep Shaft or something. I then have a Scarvet on Carnosaur, just because I love Carnosaur, it's a very awesome model. And next to that I have a Bastiodon with the laser cannon, a unit of Saurus Warrior with spear. I have a Scarvet with shield and light armor, and an Old Blood with glittering scale and fencer's blade. And I also have another Pterodon with a skink chief on it, and one more unit of chameleon skinks. I think chameleon skinks provided some shaft if I need to, or they can go off the war machine, so that's a really good choice. For my opponent's armor list, he have a very interesting dwarf list with no artillery, so we both play kind of fun list. He started in that forest, who is fear causing forest. The forest next to me is a poisonous forest, which will come into play later. You have a big bus of dwarf warrior with his BSP and a runesmith in it. Then you have a gyrocopter, 16 thunderers, a gyro bomber, then a unit of iron breakers with, I think you have a dwarf lord in it, and one more gyrocopter, and that's his list. So the Lizardmen get the first turn because I have so few drops. I started by pushing up the chameleon skinks and my pterodon Chieftain on his flank. In the middle I pretty much keep my position. My Saurus Warrior pushes up a bit to get outside of this poisonous forest. I have to roll 3 dangerous terrain tests but passed them all, so that was no problem for me. Bastiodon moves into that forest to get in range to shoot the laser cannon at his gyrocopter. My flying pterodon Chieftain flies up a bit. My chameleon skinks moves around to shoot at his gyrocopter up there, and that's my movement. In the magic phase I get off the laser cannon with a miscast and shoot down his gyrocopter, and he basically passes all his panic check. The Iron Baker actually have to reroll it because he rolled first double 6, but then he passed it the second time thanks to his battle standard bear. In his movement phase, his Gyro Bomber moves over there to lay a bomb down on my chameleon skinks, but he totally bounces away. This picture just shows the hard advance the dwarf player does with his line. His gyrocopter on this side, who I only managed to do 2 wounds on, with my chameleon skinks, fly down the flank of them, lay down the bomb, and kill them all. So for the Lizardman's second turn, What I did here, I pushes up my skink to make him charge with his warrior, hopefully being steadfast, and flank charge with my Stegodon. My Pterodon chieftain fly up and flank charge his Thunderous to prevent them from shooting because they shoot pretty hard. I pop my BSB out of my skink to be in range of both the Saurus and the skink, and both my skink priest pop out. My Carnosaur move up a bit into that forest and takes a wound from the poisonous forest, the nearest strength test. The Bastiodon moves in position to shoot his laser cannon at the Gyrocopter, and I pushes the Saurus up to take a frontal charge from his Iron Breaker. I'm thinking because I have Spear I can magic him down a bit and pretty much make him having a hard time with those Saurus warriors, and I have an old boy who is unkillable and stuff like that. So I think the odds are in my favor, hopefully. Well, on this flank my Chameleon Skinks move out of sight of his bomber because I don't wanna have to fight him, and I'm gonna shoot him and will take 2 wounds on him. The Stegodon giant bow will miss, and actually in magic phase first ice shard he dispel with his Iron Breaker, and the other one he used the spell eating rune, so he doesn't have any scrolls left. He used his other normal dispo scroll last turn, so he doesn't have any scrolls left at least, but his Iron Breaker is undebuff and are in the short range of my Saurus, so this could potentially be very dangerous for me. Well, in the combat between Thunderous and my Skink Chief, I think I killed 2 of him. He does no wounds to me, and I pretty much hold him up and he reforms like that. For Dwarf second turn, of course, he started by charging his warrior, charging my Skink, and his Iron Breaker charging my Saurus. And you can see back there he have some miners that turn up on his side, and 40 miners show up behind my lines. First, a little bit unexpected for me, his Thunderous actually killed my chieftain. Well, in the combat with the Iron Breaker, things really went down badly for me. It was a combination of, I think he rolled pretty much average, I rolled pretty piss poor. I think I killed 1 of him, and I was on a break check 2 or 3 or something like that. I rolled like 8 first time, then I rolled 7 other time, I think, something like that, but I broke and I ran away. And you know by this time that Marcus have this very fast moving dwarf. They can pretty much run down anything, everything. If you try to run away from him, he will catch you. So he do that, and I just lost my general, a Scarvet, and a big bus of Saurus warrior, and that's pretty much at this point. This game looks pretty bad for me, but stay on because things will turn more interesting later. Well, one good thing happened. This King's Hold, he killed my Skink Chief in that unit, but so what, I killed some of his because of the Croxigore basically. So in my turn I move up my Carnosaur to take care of his Thunderous. I kill flank charge to stop them from shooting at him with my Pterodon Rider. My Stegodon slam into the flank of his warriors. My Bastiodon moves up to the flank of his Iron Breaker. He have not charged them, and my plan here is to basically shoot down with the laser cannon his Gyrocopter. My BSB moves into the forest and loses a wound to dangerous terrain test, and my Skink Priest moves next to his miner unit. My Chameleon Skinks move into the building to shoot down his Yara Bomber and that's pretty much the last thing you will see of both the chameleon skins, and the gyro bomber is of course dead. This picture showed the result of our combat. My skin chief kills maybe one Thunderous, he passes break test and he reforms like that, and as you can see my Stegodon didn't do too good and his warrior still sticks around. For Dwarf turn 3, the important thing is he needed 10 to charge the back of my skinks. He rolled 9 and just pushes forward 6 inches, and that was really lucky on my part. Well, his Thunderous actually managed to beat down my Skink Chief, and they are now facing the big Carnosaur. And well, good thing is I actually managed to break him into combat, doing a lot of wounds with thunderstorms and Croxigor and stuff like that. So we broke and I managed to run him down with the Stegodon. For the dinosaur turn 4, my Skink and Stegodon charged his miners and my Carnosaur charged his Thunderous. Down here I pretty much move everything out of arc of his units. My BSP ran through that poison force again, and luckily I don't roll another one, so he's still alive. And in the medic phase I use Thunderbolt to kill his Gyrocopter. In combat my Carnosaur didn't do so good, and he was still steadfast and he sticks. My Skinks and Stegodon basically just kill all of his miners and they turn around to face his coming dwarf warriors. Dwarf turn 4, he pushes his dwarf units towards me. Well, my turn 5, my Skinks back closer towards the edge, try to magic and shoot some at him. I think I killed a miner or two, but that's it for my turn number 5. Dwarf turn 5, he pushes closer towards me. Well, my turn 6, what happened of notice is I get off a ice shard on his iron breakers. So for the dwarf turn 6, I get off a shot of a 9 on my Skink. So this combat will make it or break it for one of us. He have ice shard, so he has 1 minus to hit. He didn't kill much, he killed some Skinks. I strike back with the Skinks, did nothing at all. The Croxigor hit 6, so that's very good of them. And then I rolled 3 ones, so I couldn't kill. I killed like 2 of him. I lost combat and I rolled an 11, so I break. And that's the game. And thanks to me breaking the last turn with the Skinks, it was a dwarf victory. He took 1543 and I took 1321. So this definitely was an interesting game with 2 very interesting lists. I like my list a lot. Pretty much spent too much on character. The foot Scarvet and the foot Skink Chief was pretty much unnecessary. I could have spent it on Sheep Chap or something instead, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like, feel free to subscribe or like this video. If you have any questions, post them below and I will answer as soon as I can. Have a nice one.